Just to start off saying, I think this one's gonna be in a couple parts. If you don't know who I am, I'm Timothy Witham. I do movie reviews, Christian movie reviews, horror movie reviews, action movie reviews, comedy movie reviews. Now this one I'm doing on Hellraiser Bloodline and Hellraiser Revelations. Like I said, I think this review is gonna be in several parts. Just letting you know. Hellraiser Bloodlines, which came out in 1996, was said to be one of the worst Hellraiser films ever created until Hellraiser Revelations came out in 2011. However, I actually loved Hellraiser Bloodlines. I just thought the whole backstory of how the puzzle box was created was a great idea for this film. I liked how this film went into the future and space. I really enjoyed that. Hellraiser Revelations did not star Doug Bradley, which pissed me off as it is because I'm a huge Doug Bradley fan. Um, you know, I have to say, I don't know what the hell the director, the producer, the scriptwriter, and editor was thinking when they created the crappy reboot known as Hellraiser Revelations. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Just a crappy film altogether. Hellraiser Bloodlines, the movie, which came out in 1996. The movie begins in space where you are introduced to John Merchant, whom summons Pinhead using a robot controlled by some kind of gadget metal gloves, which suddenly his discussion is ended with Pinhead by a team of Marines led by the leading lady of the film, the leading actress Ripley. What ends up happening is John Merchant ends up beginning to tell Ripley about two of his ancestors, the story of his ancestors, beginning with one of the characters known as the Toy Maker, and tells her about how the Toy Maker, his ancestor, was one of his ancestors was the ones who created the puzzle box. And what ends up happening is he tells the story of how the Toy Maker sold the box that he had created to a wealthy man whom is obsessed with dark magic, and out of curiosity of what the wealthy man wants the box for, what ends up happening is the toy maker spies on the black magic using wealthy man and witnesses the wealthy man and his assistant choke the life out of a hooker, then uses black magic to open the gates of hell, in which a demon who calls herself the princess ends up taking form of the hooker, the dead hooker. What ends up happening is the toy maker ends up trying to develop a way to destroy the evil, but ends up failing, and before death, the princess and her slave, the wealthy man's ex-assistant, tells the toy maker, your bloodline is cursed for all eternity. Then the storyline goes into the second story where you are introduced to John, in which you learn the bloodline continued just as the princess said it would. In this storyline, John, whom is also a creator of great objects, is working on the toy maker's design, but has no idea that what he is creating could end Pinhead and his demons forever. Basically put an end to the evil that's plagued, his ancestor, the toy maker. And he ends up having these reoccurring dreams of the toy maker and, his ancestor and the princess. He soon ends up realizing that the princess is real along with Pinhead and other demons. Later on, he ends up dying, of course, but his wife and child survives, carrying on the bloodline. Then the story goes back to the present. Ripley ends up not believing John Merchant at first until Pinhead begins his bloody rampage on her team. And then in the end, John finishes what he started, what his ancestors started. And he creates the light, in which the toy maker was trying to create that design to destroy Pinhead and his evil demons for good. And along by his side is Ripley, and they end up destroying Pinhead. In my opinion, Hellraiser Bloodlines was the best Hellraiser film since the first two. Hellraiser, the first film, I absolutely loved. Hellraiser 2 Hellbound was okay. Okay, I kind of liked Hellraiser 2. Then after Hellraiser Bloodlines, the rest of the films were confusing in my opinion. You know, Hellraiser Deader, Hellraiser Inferno,